Hey everybody, it's Lumpman2 back with more Metroid Fusion. Last time, we arrived in Sector 3 and got the super missile upgrade, tripling our firepower. Now in this episode, I'm redoing a recording. Because for whatever reason, Fraps decided to stop, or not work for that video, so so I'm having to redo this episode. So, just to save my my time and effort, I just created a new save file, played the game up until this point. Didn't take too long. And I'll continue the episode here, but once we're done with this episode, I am going to continue using the other file where we left off. So last time we left with the tension high, with some unknown destructive force destroying everything and leaving a large gaping hole in the floor. So if we go over here, a bunch of rumbling, we see that the door is completely busted. Just like that one was before, and the one in the shaft with all the dragon heads. A bunch of explosions happening here, and we've got a mini-boss. Not quite a boss, but this is the box security robot. So what he's going to do, he's going to shoot a bomb that's going to erupt into two pillars of fire. Now, it can hit you if you're hanging on the ceiling. Basically want to hang on the ceiling for this entire fight. Now, what you want to do is try to fire missiles at his central casing down there, which you cannot do if he's firing a if he's firing a bomb. However, he can't hit you while he's jumping, so your best bet is just to sort of shoot diagonally. You can line up pretty well. Just don't sit right above him, otherwise the bomb's gonna hit you. Oh, come on. And he's dead. I'm gonna very slowly walk over here and jump up and drop a bunch of non-fatal debris. Because that's how that works. Which conveniently make platforms. Don't you just love it when that happens? Now over here are power-ups. Those are blocks that we're not going to get to for a long time. Like a really long time. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, there are some speed booster blocks up here. Okay. So let's super missile that guy. Hey, come on. Okay. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is just run all the way over here. I think you want to go to the end here and aim upward diagonally and miss the thing entirely. That's not what you should do. Don't listen to me. Do as I say, not as I do. That's better. So you just want to give yourself a long angle. It's from right about here. Just aim upward and shoot up to that missile. However, there is also speed booster blocks over here, leading to, I believe, down here. I don't know if there's anything up here, but okay, that's that power up that we saw before, which I am not going to say anything about. And there's an energy tank right here, so that certainly is good. Alright. These guys are just sitting there doing nothing. I don't think there's anything in this room. I'm just gonna check to be sure. So, yeah, I had to redo a recording. I have to redo a recording today because I'm not sure what happened. to be honest. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I made a mistake somewhere, or maybe traps messed up or something like that. But regardless, let's just head back up into the. Let's just head. There's nothing else to do but head back up into the navigation room for our next objective. I'm not sure what happened, but I mean, I lost it, so I'm redoing it. But you know, it doesn't matter. It won't break the flow of the. It won't break the flow that much of the video series because, you know, I have slightly fewer missiles, but that doesn't matter. I see that you encountered a rogue security robot. You may destroy it if you meet it again. Your safety is vital. But as to your brief, Lever 2 security locks are released, so sectors 5 and 6 are open. That means those sectors have likely been infiltrated by X. They are much harder to stop than we initially suspected. Sector 5 Arc is Sub-Zero. You're still susceptible to cold from the vaccine side effects, so you'll take damage if you even set foot inside there. Avoid Sector 5 for now, but in the meantime, HQ is working on data to adjust your suit for extreme temperatures. Once you have the transmission, you can download it, but the X have destroyed all the data rooms you have used so far. I no longer doubt their capacity for critical thought. You'll have to use the data room in the night habitat, Sector 6, Nah. Go to Sector 6 and access the navigation room there. Alright. So we're going into the night habitat. Tread lightly, Samus. You're the only one who can do this. And the X-Bay might be much more dangerous than we know. Well, we're going into the night habitat. If you couldn't tell, this is going to be slightly creepy. What's this? Does Samus suspect anything? No, I do not think so. Good. Monitor her closely. Affirmative. Out. Well, mysterious person. I'm not going to Sector 5, but I can Shine Spark across the... I don't know if that made that any shorter. I could have just probably run across it, but whatever. Aw, man, I can't use it on the elevator. Just ran out on the elevator. Going into Sector 6. Well, this is the slightly... this is about as close as it's gonna get to a horror game. It's not very close, but, you know, close enough. The Varia Suit data here is ready from HQ. Wait. The Varia Suit data is here from HQ, ready to download. Get moving to a data room. But there's a problem. X from the Sub-Zero sector Arc are in Sector 6, and they've been changed by the cold. If you absorb one, you'll be frozen from within. It seems like a deliberate tactic. Once you download the Varia Suit modification, you'll be out of danger. Just be extremely careful until then. The knock data room is here. Remember, avoid the blue X. Use your beam to stun them in order to get by. Be careful, they are hunting you actively now, Samus. And this area is very dark. Proceed with extreme caution. Well, these things are actually rather, I wouldn't say scary, but they're a little nerve-wracking when you encounter one, you know. There's just a bunch of bugs in this room that are really not that hard to kill. I'm not sure why you need health. You know, unless you take damage, like me. The music is very eerie. So there's a missile over there, but we can't quite get it yet. So... although, the entrance is right on the other side, you can see on the map, so... Now this... Game Boy games... If you're playing this on a regular Game Boy... Game Boy a Game Boy does not have a backlit screen, which means that this is going to be rather difficult to see. Like, really hard to see, other than the faint light in the middle of the screen centered around Samus. So, I mean, I'm playing on a computer, but, you know, there's an energy tank over here. And there it is. Okay, it's the top path. The bottom and the middle paths don't go anywhere. So, just gotta find the right path. So this whole most of this sector is going to be extremely dark. Okay, that's a blue X. Just shoot it, and it'll be stunned temporarily. If you shoot it again, it'll reset the timer. So just shoot it as many times as you need to get by. Just run like hell when you see one. In here, there are tons of blue X, as well as in here, even more blue X. You will take quite a lot of damage if you accidentally absorb them, because they are cold X. So, as you can see right there, they can hide in the. Okay, see, I did 60 damage right there. If you get hit by a bunch of them, it can be a real problem. They're cold X, so they're a bit of a problem. Just run like hell. Speed boost there, and I believe a bunch of things, bugs, whatever you want to call them. And there's a save room. So I don't really feel like going through all these things. Come on, there we go. Okay. Just keep your eye out. I mean, I would recommend if you're going into an unknown area, just shoot your beam wildly and hope it hits the X that's there. It's an energy tank, but there's seemingly a dead end here. Except that there's a square below it on the map, which is accessible through a secret passage. And some crumbling blocks. Well, I can't go back now. That's unfortunate. And there's a very, there's a wall here with those same blocks. Okay, now how are we gonna get out of here? This is a predicament. Well, I mean, I guess the SAX came here to save us. Okay, now just get away from the bomb, because it's going to cause some damage to you if you're near it. But just sit right here and wait for the footsteps to disappear. And hang on right here. Apparently, you can't look up. I mean, it's kind of hard to notice things in the ceiling, but still. And again, the SAX mysteriously disappears out the door. Out the door that it just went. Man, it navigated this area quickly. Well, I mean, I guess it does have all the power-ups. Now there is a save room over here. Because, well, you know, as you might guess from the pattern. Oh, that's a blue X. Okay. Nope. No, crap. Okay, you can reveal half of a X. Crap. You can reveal half of an X, and it won't. It'll just stay hidden behind there, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you haven't figured out the pattern yet, we have a boss coming up, so there's a save room right up there. Now, with the super missile, those doors are no problem because it took 3 missiles before, but since the super missile is 3 times as powerful, it only takes 1 now, so it's pretty easy. And the X just stole the freaking data. Great. Well, let's go into this suspiciously large room. Huh. I wonder what could be in here. This is the very large Core X. I believe it's called the Hardcore X. It's kind of funny. You basically want to hit it with your charge beam. You can hit it with your missiles, I guess. It's probably at this point you have a lot of them, but the charge beam also works. You can also spin jump into it if you want to if you're willing to risk a little damage. But basically, you just want to keep hitting it with any strong attack, and those orbiting Core X will protect it. But now it's in its regular form, so just don't get stuck in the water. I believe the super missiles will affect your firepower. It's just that it just depends on the relative weakness of the X. We'll probably be seeing some more. Okay, please. Ah, I'm going really bad. We'll probably see some more or some stronger ones in the future. But let's get that Varia Suit upgrade that it stole. Survive extreme temperatures. Extreme meaning either hot or cold. So, although not lava. Classic transformation sequence into the lime green that is the Varia Suit. It was also the color of the boss. It's pretty funny, it absorbed the Varia Suit, so it became the same lime green and purple color. Now, what's coming up here is kind of funny. So, the X are intelligent viruses, so they obviously, they're at this point, they clearly know that the cold X can exploit Samus's weakness to cold for damage and death. Now, they still think that because they have no idea. They will just come rushing into you the first time that you see them. Just run through and they think they're like, claim me, and then they get claimed by the now cold resistance Varia Suit. Which it's kind of funny because they don't even know what they're getting into, and it's kind of awesome too. So there's a missile up here. I don't believe there are any other secrets, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now, but they learn pretty quickly. So once you go back into the room and you try to absorb them, they start running away from you because they're like, oh crap. We can't. It's just gonna die. It's a lost cause now. So I mean, you can still get them, but it's pretty funny. But you know, that's gonna be the end of this episode. So thanks for watching. So tune in next time for more Metroid Fusion, and kids, copy your damn save files.